Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, this article that I have here has to do with Russian military being deployed in Belarus. The first train loads arrived in Belarus, and that obviously creates concern from the Americans. I was about to say Ukrainians. From the Americans who are actually in charge. So this article comes from Ukrainska Pravda from October 15th, 2022. Train loads of Russian troops arrive in Belarus. Trains carrying Russian servicemen who are part of the joint Russian-Belarusian regional grouping of troops have arrived in the Republic of Belarus. The source is the Ministry of Defense of Belarus on Telegram. Details. According to the Belarusian Defense Ministry, the invaders, and I'm quoting, were warmly welcomed in Belarus with bread and salt, traditional way of welcoming guests. The ministry claims that the decision to create a regional grouping of troops was made and is being implemented in, and I'm quoting, in the interests of strengthening the protection and defense of the border of the Union state. Alright, so an organization aiming to deepen the relationship between Russia and Belarus through integration in economic and defense policy. Quote, this decision has been dictated by the conscious activity in the area bordering us. Continuous, not conscious. So the decision has been dictated by the continuous activity in the area bordering us. I was like, conscious, okay. Background. On October 10th, Alexander Lukashenko announced that the Russian Federation and Belarus had agreed on the deployment of a joint regional grouping of troops, and, I'm quoting, more than 1,000 Russian troops should be arriving in Belarus. These guys moved fast. On October 11th, the President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, stated that Russia is trying to directly draw Belarus into the war, and as a pretext for this, some kind of provocation involving an alleged attack on Ukraine may be organized. Well, they said there's going to be some mercenaries coming over there from Wagner group, and they will stage that. Now what? You change your mind? I mean, I like when these guys are just fishing for responses. You don't know shit. That's the reality. You don't know why those guys are over there, and you don't believe what they say. For good reason, because it's a war obviously, and he's your enemy, or they are your enemies. So anyway, the fact is, the Russians, more Russians, are showing up on the Belarusian territory, and I don't think you do much with 1,000 people over there, just so you know. And I made, I think, another video discussing the number of weapons the Russians will bring with them, and that's not impressive whatsoever. That's not for a counter-offensive, that's not for an invasion over there. It's simply as a deterrent, or people should pay attention that something might happen, but that something is not something massive by the number of troops and the military installation they transfer in Belarus. No, I don't think so. I think it's just to help in case those guys are doing something, or just to keep them busy. But nevertheless, they sent them over there. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.